Here we delve into those topics that challenge us to think outside the limitations of realism, where we test the boundaries of imagination and are forced to think outside the confines and restrictions of what is normal. We are the creators, the writers, the artists, and the insane. Welcome to our weird realities.
Weird.
Hello, everyone.
Weird.
Happy
Good Thursday, everybody.
Hi. Happy Thursday. Apologies to everyone because I wasn't here last week.
That's
I
fine.
wanted to be.
Scott and I did just fine without any help from y'all.
Yep.
And I thought
Yeah.
the movie last week was the worst movie we've seen this year. Boy, was I.
Little did you know.
Yeah. Hey, Tony.
Hi, Tony.
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 Yeah, Scott. This is yeah.
And y'all know I got that off of like a top list for Halloween movies.
Yeah.
And all I got to
It's-
say, I won't be doing that
It's
again.
got mixed reviews. It's got mixed reviews, Hadley. You know,
They won't have mixed reviews from us.
on IMDb, it's got like a 5.8.
I got a feeling we all agree on this one.
Really? Well, I've just lost all faith in IMDb.
They do.
Well, I mean, it definitely was an art house movie. Did
Yeah.
y'all see like
Did you say it was an outhouse movie? It was
Yeah.
definitely an outhouse
Oh, I
movie.
thought she said Art House.
art house? Hey, Ash.
Yes.
Hey.
So we want to get started. Anybody want to set these up? Tonight we're doing ghost stories, and
Yeah.
we did a classic Ghostbusters, the original, followed by I saw the TV Glow. Was that the name of it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Saw
then we're
the
going
TV
to do
Glow.
episode. What is it? Episode 6 or 7 of Bad Monkey.
I think it's 7.
Yeah, I believe it's 7.
I think we're 2 behind what's currently playing. So yeah, that's right. All right. So who wants to tackle Ghostbusters?
Not it. Let's go.
No,
Yeah.
You got it.
No, I did not it. Go ahead. You
all
go.
right. All I'm going to say is don't waste your time with this movie.
I
There
thought we were
is-
doing Ghostbusters.
Oh, I thought it was-
Ghostbusters.
Oh, Ghostbusters. Oh, hell, that's a classic movie. That's one of the best. It's one of the best, if not the best, comedy movie. It ranks up there with like Abbott and Costello Meet Frankenstein, Young Frankenstein. If you haven't seen this movie by now, then shame on you. Turn this off and go watch The Golden Girls. It's like one paranormal investigator at a college. It's the other one who Bill Murray is playing Bill Murray in this. You know, he's trying to do these psycho experiments. I love it with the girl. Whenever she guesses it wrong, he says, "Wow, you're amazing," trying to pick her up. And then they wind up becoming paranormal investigators. They're Ghostbusters. They try to get all the ghosts in. And of course, you know, Dan Aykroyd, Harold Ramis, and I can't think of the other guy's name.
Bernie Hudson.
Bernie Hudson.
Oh yeah, Ernie Hudson.
They have encounters with, of course, the bureaucracy and the mayor and that idiot guy who, ironically, I love it, plays the mayor of New York in the last Ghostbusters movie.
Richard Atherton, I think's his
Yeah,
name.
it
And
is.
remember, he was a Die Hard too. He
Yeah,
played
he
the
was-
news reporter.
He was the 1980s dickhead for everything.
He's
He was.
the news
He was-
reporter in the Die Hard movies.
Yes.
Yeah, on the plane where she tases him.
Dick
Yeah.
Thornburg.
He-
Oh,
Thornburg.
I love to. You see, I never put that together because in those movies he doesn't have the beard and mustache.
He was the adult version of William Zabka back then in the 80s.
Hi, Mona, Landa, Alan.
Happy birthday, Lando.
Oh, Alan. That's you, Alan. Alan.
Happy birthday,
birthday,
Amanda.
Yes,
Yes,
happy birthday. 29, right?
Oh, that's right. It's a real happy birthday, Landa.
So, I mean, this is a classic movie. There's nothing wrong with it. It's funny. It's got romance. The characters are great. My favorite line in the movie is when they're in the mayor's office and they're trying to make the plea that if they let him go in, if they let him take down the Zool, you know, if they fail, okay, they'll go to jail. They'll enjoy the peace and quiet. But Bernie, if we're correct, Bernie, you will be responsible for saving the lives of millions of registered voters. Favorite line of the entire movie.
Yes, it's true. This man has no dick.
Yeah. Oh God.
Yeah.
Okay.
I love the beginning.
Yeah.
With the mind, that's just the one guy, and he's shocking the one guy.
Yeah.
On the college girl, he's like, "Oh yeah, you're so brilliant."
When the line in the library, yes, no human could stack books like that. I mean, it's just perfect Bill Murray, the snarkiness of the whole thing. But Freddie, hey Freddie, say hi to everyone.
What's up, Fred?
Hey, Fred.
All right, you go lay down. Fred, am I still there?
You're here.
You're still there.
Okay. He just slammed the keyboard. Go lay down. You got a treat. So, hi, Fred. There's not much I can say about it. I mean, we all know it. It is a cult classic. It's timeless. I mean, Ghostbusters came out in the 80s, and it's still one of the most popular movies today. So, what do you think?
No, exactly what you said. It's I don't think we're going to come across a lot of people in the United States who haven't seen Ghostbusters. And, if they're our age or 15, 20 years younger. Excuse me. It is everything you just said, Scott. It's a cult classic. It's just a classic. Look at the cast with the people you just named, plus
Ron Jeremy
and Ron Jeremy, the Marshmallow Man, right? Stay Puft Marshmallow Man, Sigourney Weaver. It's got the cast is stacked, and the way it was new. It was really new. It was the way they did that. They used that ghost technology that they had to make these ghosts come to life, and it was excellent.
Yeah.
It was brand new. It was I think it was ILM, Industrial Light and Magic, and they did an excellent job. And everybody fell in love with that movie. My dad, he didn't like a lot of movies, and he loved that movie. So it was wonderful. It's there's nothing in it that's hard to get past, or I mean, once your suspension of disbelief is going, then it's just a fantastic movie. Acting was great. Cinematography was fantastic. Watching them zip around in their refurbished ambulance, the noise that the car made, the little horn, zipping through New York City. You just don't see that anymore, and it was excellent. I can't say enough good things about it. I'm pretty sure what we're all going to rank this movie, and it holds up. I watched it yesterday, and I could watch it again today and be just as happy.
Yeah.
And like you said, Scott, anybody who hasn't seen it, you really need to kind of drop what you're doing and go watch it right now. It's excellent.
Yeah,
Mike?
Definitely.
I mean, it was directed by Ivan Reitman. I mean, he's got some great other stuff under his belt.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
But who is it written by? I didn't check.
Dan Aykroyd.
Oh, I think Bill
that's
Murray,
right.
Aykroyd.
Moranis, Ramis, and Aykroyd. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dan Aykroyd's fascination with the paranormal comes from his family. His father was Peter Aykroyd, who wrote a book called A History of Ghosts, detailing the family's involvement in spiritualism.
I did not know that.
Aykroyd's great-grandfather was a dentist, but he also was a mystic who regularly conducted seances, and even his mother claimed to see ghosts. So their family had a deep-seated interest in the supernatural, which Dan Aykroyd still has to this day. He originally wrote Ghostbusters, as a much larger, more elaborate film involving interdimensional travel, multiple teams of Ghostbusters, and a future where ghost catching was as common as pest control. So, I think one of the movies that really influenced him was Abbott and Costello Meet the Mummy and the Bowery Boys movies. But yeah, so it's really interesting. And I mean, I don't know how much y'all know about Dan Aykroyd, but if you ever get a chance to see him, he did a supernatural series on Sci-Fi Channel.
Yeah.
If y'all ever saw that.
Yeah.
Anyway, I've got a lot of trivia about this movie if y'all are eager to hear it.
I am so eager.
I would.
Okay, well, Slimer was inspired by John Belushi, which, was Dan Aykroyd's close friend and SNL's castmate. And that's pretty awesome. And the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man, that wasn't a product placement. It was a brand that was inspired completely by this movie. So there is no Stay Puft Marshmallow Man.
Really?
The majority of Bill Murray's dialogue is improvised. And personally, I think this is my favorite Bill Murray movie. Another fact is Eddie Murphy almost starred in the role as Winston Zeddemore that was played by Ernie Hudson.
Oh, really?
But he turned it down to play Beverly Hills Cop.
No, that's a good choice for both those.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, Sigourney Weaver's audition was pretty phenomenal because she impressed the producers by growling like a demon and acting out Dana's possession by Zool during her audition, and that's what landed her the role.
I wonder why she wanted to be in this movie. Because at that time,
awesome.
She'd been in some high-profile like this. You know what I mean? She'd been in some comedies like Working Girl, stuff like that, right? But it's just an odd choice for her. It paid off. Definitely paid off.
Well, I mean,
the director and the producers, you can just see that movie was going to go forward. It was going to do well, and you want to star in a movie that does well.
Yeah. But just to me, she's an odd choice for that. Just because of the kind of actress she was at the time. Yeah. Because this is a crazy movie. You got your three leads are just out of control guys. Yeah. Playing off each other, buddies forever. So I just wondered, if it was like you said, Rich, like she could see it.
Yeah.
Or if they were friends, industry, and she's like, "Yeah, I'll do it," And it really paid off.
And I mean, she's done other horror comedy movies after this, where she's been great.
Yeah, she does a lot of cameos now. She shows up at the end or whatever, which is cool. Really cool.
If you ever get the chance to watch her in the House of Sand and Fog with he played Gandhi.
Is that with Gandhi?
Yeah. That is a very, very good looking skills.
That's a good flick.
This movie had a $30 million budget. It made almost $300 million worldwide. Probably more now, I'm sure. With everything, all the offshoot, and everything, but that was quite a bit of money back in the day. I mean, you have a movie that makes a blockbuster. It comes out and makes $300 million right now. It's not a big deal. A lot of times that's close to their budget. It may cost them $200 to make it. And then who knows what the ad budget on those things are? Sometimes the ad budgets are $100 million too. So I mean, this one made.
I don't want to see on this movie, but I think that it would be very interesting to see someone take the movie and update the effects, not the acting, but just like with an updated Slimer. You mean
like what Lucas did?
I guess. I don't know.
What Lucas did with Star Wars.
Star Wars, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
but you know, in a way, he did, because Ivan Reitman did those 2 new Ghostbuster movies with the kids, Afterlife and Frozen World, and they were good.
Yeah, they weren't bad.
I loved Afterlife with the tribute at the end.
Yeah. That brought a tear to my eye.
I got teary-eyed at that. That's how good that one was.
I'm not as
I
crazy
didn't
about.
like Frozen World.
I'm not as crazy about the new ones as y'all are.
I liked them.
Well,
Yeah.
but as I said, I'm not as crazy about them as y'all are. I just don't think they have the magic that the original did.
No.
And I don't mean that, to me, they've made them into kids' movies. And the original was kids could go to it, but adults, it was more geared towards adults.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, Afterlife, I really liked because it was sentimental. You know,
Yeah.
Frozen Kingdom, I didn't like. I couldn't get into it. You know, I just couldn't. I didn't even finish it. And the Jenny McCarthy movie, that should have been titled something else. You know.
Melissa McCarthy.
Jenny McCarthy.
Oh yeah, Melissa McCarthy. Yeah.
Oh God.
The guy was thinking of like some other movie.
I'll tell you, there were 2 things in that movie I loved. They filmed it at my old high school, Everett High.
Wow.
So that I liked. And let's face it, in that movie, Chris Hemsworth was hilarious.
Yes.
As the dumb blonde, he rocked that role.
He stole the show.
Yes.
Yeah. I love to watch some Thor.
Landa, I just don't like it as a Ghostbusters movie. Melissa McCarthy, hilarious, especially in Spy. She runs away with that
God,
movie.
I love that movie.
I didn't feel it was a Ghostbuster franchise movie. You know, it had I laughed through it, but I just didn't feel like it was a Ghostbuster movie.
So I think I know what we're going to all rate this one. Yeah.
I'm afraid of the ghost.
I will give this a 5.
Yeah.
For
5.
all of the things that all of us said. It's a movie that I will watch again. I truly enjoy this movie.
And have. I mean, how many times have y'all seen this movie?
What's that, Heather?
How many times have y'all seen this movie?
Oh,
I
God,
honestly don't know. Several.
Yeah.
Yeah.
More than 5.
It holds up. It's still as solid as it was back then. And it's a classic.
Yeah.
Total classic.
Agreed.
And I hope that the new generation will give it a chance and watch it. Because I think that it is heads and shoulders above the new ones.
I like
What do
what
you think of Ghostbusters 2?
I like what Landa said about she loves all the little marshmallow men in the last movie. That I thought was funny. And that was such a nice nod to the original.
Yeah. I just couldn't get into that one though. I just could not.
It's okay, we're not going to hit
I don't know why. Huh? What'd you say?
I said we're not going to think less of you.
And I would like to take this moment to say, if you are in the audience, please hit the like and subscribe and ding the little bell or whatever you need to do to get notifications when we go live.
That's right. This is not SEAL training. Go ahead and ding that bell. Please.
What is Fred doing? Oh, he's just totally.
I don't know. I think he's chewing in the back of the couch. He gets
that's what it looked like.
He gets very jealous and upset when I'm on a video call.
Oh, he's totally.
So now we get to do the next movie.
As a dog mom, I have to tell on him. Okay.
Fred.
This one. Let's give it to Fred. Fred.
Yeah, he's probably the only one of us that would do it any justice.
Oh,
right.
I didn't.
Who wants to do? I did. Do you want this one,
I
Hadley?
pulled a hobo with a shotgun on this one.
No, Hobo with a Shotgun was an Academy Award winner.
Well, no, I'm saying I bailed. I didn't even finish it. I pulled a Restucci on this with the hobo with a shotgun.
Hey, I feel that's not fair. Because of all the other movies we've ever watched, I've never failed. It's the only one I quit on. All you guys have stopped on more than I have, so that's not fair.
I don't think I have. I think I've sat through all of them.
You have not. You have not, Scott.
Which one did I give up on? Do you remember?
I don't know that you give up on them, but sometimes you and I just don't even watch them. So.
Well, that's different. I just didn't get a chance.
Rich is going to be watching them, but I'll never forget the hobo with the shotgun because I made myself do it.
I'm not watching that shit.
Yeah.
I'm not watching a guy. Well, you know why I don't like. But anyway.
So who's taking this one?
Yeah.
Who's taking Make the TV Glow?
Not it.
Scott?
No, I'll do it. You know what? Scott, you got
yeah, you did Ghostbusters.
Plod last week.
All right.
Oh, that movie. Oh, let's talk about that movie. Rich, we're here. Do In a Violent Nature real quick since we got a little bit of time. You want to?
It was goddamn hard to get through. It was. I really didn't like it. No. I don't know what else to say other than there was some poor acting. There's some good violence. I'll give it that. There was some excellent. If you like violence and like mini gore, it was good for that. But that's it. I think, Scott, did you come up with the YouTube video of just the death scenes?
Just the death scenes.
Yeah.
6 minutes, 38 seconds, and it's the only 6 minutes in the movie that's worth watching.
Exactly. The rest of the movie is just so utterly, unbelievably boring, kind of like tonight's movie. But that 6 minutes and 38 seconds, because I watched that video that you posted, I'm like, and I watched it before I watched the movie, which was a huge mistake. I was like, what are they talking about? This is going to be a great play. It was terrible. It was just terrible.
Yeah.
Well, I got a kick out of it. It was like every bad decision anybody's ever made in a slasher movie, this group of teenagers made.
Yeah, but it wasn't supposed to be funny either.
Chester.
It was just stupid.
I love that when he jumps out behind him and screams, "Hey, no weapon, no sneaking up," and then gets 90 chops to the head with an axe. And she stands there with the 90 chops.
Or when the two guys run off, he gets up and takes an axe and kills one, and then throws an axe, and then is that really? No offense to Sean Trudge, because most of the movie was this guy trudging through the woods, just looking. I mean, he moved slower than Jason Voorhees with a broken leg. I'm it. And the eerie thing though was no music. That was cool.
That was
eerie. It was eerie, but it didn't help this movie because the movie was horrible. It was technically put together well. I'll say technically, with the story, the acting, the blood, the yoga murder, that was awesome. I've never seen that before. That was neat. But now, I give this one a 1.
Yeah, I'll give it a 0.5.
Yeah,
it's not worth it. Don't even bother.
No, just watch that 6 minute video. That you'll see everything that's good about the movie.
Agreed.
Yeah,
but at least that movie had 6 minutes of entertainment in it, as compared to our other this one.
Yeah. And I don't think there's going to be a second season of Dirty Black. I don't think so. I haven't heard anything. I liked it. It's a good series. But just answering Mona's question there.
Where is it playing, Mona?
It's AMC.
AMC?
Yeah. I don't know if it's streaming somewhere else now, but it was AMC.
Was it okay? Was it a good series?
Yeah, it's like a 6.
What was it about?
It's a Western.
Oh.
And there's a guy that has a bunch of he's getting he's a bounty hunter. He's got a bag full of heads that he carries around with him, little black bag of heads.
It's got Dominic Cooper in it. I just finished watching Preacher with him.
Yes,
Oh, okay.
my God, I love
That's a great series. Did you watch the whole series, Hadley, or just the first?
I didn't watch the whole series, and I'm going to say that it had the best ending of any series I've ever seen.
It's so good.
Yes.
I think that I could be in love with the vampire.
Cassidy.
Parnassus Cassidy.
His name is like Gielgud or something like that.
You know what I loved about that series is when the kid goes to hell, and there he is with Attila the Hun, and there's Hitler as this bullied little wimp, because that's what he really was. When you take away the people around him, I thought that guy did a great Hitler.
He did.
We're going to get you because you're saying that H word.
Yeah.
Well, no, because he's not made out to be the homicidal maniac. He's made out to be bullied by all the real tough guys in history.
Yeah, he's a little bitch. Exactly.
Yeah.
You know who I loved in that was the main bad guy, the main guy who worked for the conglomerate.
Oh yeah,
he was great.
When he was going through the testing phase to hire him, it was the best part of the show. It was just fantastic.
Yeah, I was very disappointed when that series ended.
It was great, and I've never seen anything like it. So I hate that it ended. It was really good.
Yeah, it was different. Definitely. Well, speaking of different, should we go to this I Saw My Brain Cells Dying movie?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, this one it sounded like a ghost story when we got it. It sounded like a ghost story, but it's not. It's about these two kids, Owen and Tyra or Tara. Owen and Tara.
Is it Tara?
Maddie, I think.
Maddie.
6. They're kids.
Yeah.
And they're watching this.
Cutting out, buddy.
They're really into it. Yeah. One of you guys want to do it? Because I.
Yeah. So there's these two kids, and it's the kid from Jurassic Park, like the new Frozen whatever world it is. I don't. His name is like Justice or something, and him and his friend they love this TV show. I can't remember the name of the TV show. Do you guys remember the name of the TV show?
Pink.
The Pink something. Something.
Anyway, they watch this show, and it's about how their lives kind of are not great. They're kind of like these little nerds, and one of the girl plans to run away, and her friend is like, "Yeah, I'll come," and then he chickens out at the last minute. So she's gone. The show gets canceled. Kid goes on with his life, and it fast forwards like 10, 12 years or something like that.
Yeah.
And so he's working. Was it a video store? Where was he working? Was he working at a video store?
I
Can't remember. See,
I remember.
I can't keep it in my head because it was just so bad.
Yeah.
Several times I was like, I'm going to turn this off. But I was like, no, because Hadley's going to say I quit all the time. So
This is the one you should have watched.
Yeah, this was pretty bad. But so it goes on from there. And basically what happens is there's some spooky thing with the TV where the girl paid some stranger to bury her alive. And then she went into the TV show and sat there for like 10 years. And so the kid, her little friend there, she wants him to do the same thing so that he can go into the show. And he's like, no. First he was like, yeah, I think I'll do it. And then he chickens out again because apparently that's his MO. And it moves on from there. And honestly, I just kind of got lost. I was playing with the dogs and I'm looking, this movie kind of sucks. But the ending is this weird mishmash of just crap that the kid he has this little freak out with a bunch of his coworkers, and then he runs into the bathroom and he kind of wants to kill himself, and he's looking down and then he just rips his chest open and there's a TV, like static TV in there. Do you guys remember this? Am I
No.
crazy?
Yeah. No. No.
And then he walks out. And he's like, "Hey, I'm cool," and that was it. That's the movie, and it was just so stupid.
This whole movie is like a metaphor for
Stupidity.
the transgender,
Yeah.
and it's a
Transitioning.
Holocaust movie. It's not a horror movie. It's not our genre. And it was whoever did that review of the best horror movies to watch for Halloween put this on there, and they should be fined heavily.
So I think the reason they did it is because it's Emma Stone's company, and they were
Yeah.
probably trying to kiss up to Emma Stone. Emma Stone was one of the executive producers
Her
on
and
this.
her
Her
husband,
and her husband.
they're the ones that. But I mean, it was very. I mean, like I was looking at it, and it had some beautiful imagery in it, but it was like really cool art that I don't like or get. And that was how I felt about this whole movie. It was probably cool, but I didn't like the music. I didn't like the atmosphere. I just didn't like it. It just wasn't. It was not what we do.
I agree with all of that. The
Yeah.
plot was bad. The acting was okay. I mean, they did all right. I like that kid. I think he's funny, but this wasn't
Yeah.
a funny movie. But it was so slow, and there's no real, horror. There's no terror. It was just kind of weird and dumb and slow, and yeah, not for me. What do you think, fellas?
Yeah. It had a couple of cool things in it, from the 90s. You ever watch the show Pete and Pete
No.
on Nickelodeon? I watched it because my kids watched it. The two guys next door were the guys that played Pete and Pete. So anyone that ever watched that show, there was a shout out to them for whatever reason. They're connected to that. I don't know. There's a lot of things that were interconnecting to 90s shows and stuff. This movie wasn't for me. I just did not enjoy it.
No, it just
You know,
it did not fit what we were trying to go for with our countdown to Halloween. And I would have
I'd rather
rather
see-
watched Ghost than this.
I'd rather see that guy trudge through the, forest again than watch this movie. It was bad. It wasn't
Well, and I'll say
this movie.
this,
I didn't like the movie. I didn't like the movie.
That was bad.
we had thrown around that Kit Harington werewolf movie, and honestly, I kind of thought it sucked. It had potential in the previews, but the previews are way better than the movie. It wasn't terrible, but it wasn't anything I'd recommend to y'all. So I thought this would be something that we would all enjoy. I'm really sorry because I totally missed the mark for Halloween.
So that's not your fault. I mean, it's kind of like just going to a movie. You don't know what you're going to get until you get there. Movies are like a box of chocolates. You never know.
Well, I like that. I like to kind of not know what I'm getting into. But I hate it when we're doing them together because, it's y'all and y'all deserve better.
Right, but at the same time, we can all eviscerate it and think it sucks together. And the people that are to the right of the screen over there, that's what they're here for.
Yeah.
They want to listen
No,
to us bullshit about bullshit movies, and that's what we're doing. Because this
I'm not
movie is
saying-
nothing but bullshit.
I forgot. You know why it really sucked? Because Fred Durst was in it. That
Yeah.
fucking really sucked.
Who's Fred Durst? Who did he play?
He was in.
He played the dad, Frank.
Oh, okay.
He died.
Yeah. Yeah.
No,
He's the
this,
one that I picked a sucky movie.
we were going to show this to the terrorists at Gitmo, but the Geneva Convention said it was too cruel.
I believe it.
It was very melancholy.
Yeah.
Just depressing. I mean, it just was not what I needed.
After I saw it, my niece was telling me it was about, it was supposed to be about, trans issues, but I'm like thinking back on it, I'm like, I don't even see that.
Well, I did when in the beginning of the movie it was like when they were in high school and they were sitting on the bleachers.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
he was saying, she was like, well, do you like girls? And do you like boys? And he was like, sometimes I just feel like there's just nothing inside of me. I mean, I could see that. It was very poetic, and I could see that that's what they were going for at that point. But it just wasn't scary. It wasn't Halloween. It wasn't this time of year. That's what I want to watch.
Yeah, it was a letdown.
That movie would have been a
Yeah.
letdown in any category we
I
put
agree,
it.
Scott.
I
Yeah.
never, ever, even McHale's Navy Ash was better than this movie.
Oh, we watched McHale's Navy in a heartbeat over this.
Yeah, me too. I like it.
No, not the TV show, the movie.
No, I know the
Quirky
movie.
Grammar.
I've seen the movie.
Yeah. Yeah, Ash always holds me. Ash never lets me forget I made him watch that movie. But no,
I'll watch anything with Tom Arnold in it.
You know, a lot of times we set these movies up when we have themes like this, like Countdown to Halloween. And like I said, this just didn't fly. I don't even think it would have flown at Thanksgiving. I don't even think it's a turkey. It was so odd. It was just odd.
Yeah, it wasn't for us. It wasn't for us.
Yeah,
You know, it wasn't.
it's one of those art house movies that you have to be artsy to appreciate, and I am not artsy.
But it was
I
artsy
don't
like
have a
Army Man.
snap my fingers at the coffee shop.
Like,
And, you know, it's just not for me.
Actually,
Yeah.
Alan, you're right. Swiss Army Man was an artsy movie. I'm generally not into those, but that wasn't terrible. I actually
This
liked it.
Army Man was awesome, Alan.
Yeah, it was a pretty good flick. I like
yeah, no. I mean, it's an art house movie. Heavy, you know.
it. Yeah, no,
Swiss Army Man really is. You know, it was an interesting watch. I don't regret watching Swiss Army Man at all. But
It was like
this
I
one I
don't-
regret watching. I could have watched
I think
another Tour of Duty for the 10th time instead of this. You know.
for me, if I'm gonna watch something that's artistic and I want it to at least have something in it that's gonna make me laugh. And
Yeah.
Swiss Army Man was so freaking ridiculous.
Yeah.
It was like, I mean, it was honestly like, what's coming next? I don't even know. I just sat there. I mean, you have Harry Potter farting his way as a corpse across the ocean.
Yeah.
It was hilarious. I'm sorry. I
Did
did.
we-
I stand by it.
Did we do that movie?
Yes.
Yeah.
Was I here when we did that
Yeah.
movie?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Sometimes
I swear.
whiskey might have gotten you by it, but you were here.
I do
Yeah.
not remember that movie at all.
I think you might have.
It's where Harry Potter washes up on shore. He's dead, and I forgot the guy's name, but he's in all indie movies all the time. And he played the Riddler in the last Batman movie.
I don't remember that.
He
But-
was the werewolf in that ghost werewolf vampire show. It was a BBC show, and then it came over here. I can't remember what it was called. It was good.
Oh, he was in that? I didn't know he was in
Yeah,
that.
he was the werewolf.
Oh, was that the
okay.
one where they were all living in the house?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
It was an apartment.
I saw one or two of those, but
You never saw the American version. I watched the BBC version.
Yeah.
But
So
I
I
never saw
did the opposite. I only saw the American version. I never saw the BBC version.
so does anybody rate
Yeah.
this movie above 0?
No, this is getting
Yeah, I'd give it a
flat
1.
0 from me. This movie
It's a hard
kicking
pass,
ass.
and I'm not going to recommend it to anyone, even
No.
artsy people.
Did you say, Alan,
Nope.
you gave it a 1?
Yeah, and I'll tell you why.
Over one.
Because I'm a nerd. I used to watch this show with my boys called Pete and Pete, and they had Pete and Pete on there, and I had seen them since the '90s, and I enjoyed that. There's just
All
a
right.
one for having Pete and Pete back on.
Brought a little nostalgia. Okay, I can see that.
Little nostalgia. Yeah, but that's it. This movie was like,
Horrible. Seriously, don't watch this one. Or if you're really mad at your spouse, tell them that you'll forgive them if they watch this movie with you. That's punishment.
We're going to have some good turkeys this year. I got a feeling. I can't wait for Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving
Coming
should
up
be
fast.
epic.
oh yeah, it's gonna be epic. We're gonna have some bad ones.
It is.
Yeah,
It is going to be
Yeah,
epic.
we do.
yeah.
Bad
You
one.
know, this will be our 5th annual turkey show. You know
I've
that,
got mine already picked.
Alan? We're going to bring out the big dogs this time because it is our 5th anniversary show.
Yes.
Yeah.
Ooh, we're going to do something special.
Yeah. We're doing it.
Yeah, I should design a T-shirt.
I like that.
Rich
plan.
and I are going topless. I don't know.
Yeah.
We're gonna talk to Scott about that. See if you
I
go
was going to
topless
go
on.
bottomless.
I don't even want to think
Don't you
about
always?
Yeah, bro. We're all bottomless right now. I'm not wearing anything.
Yeah. We're like mimosas on a brunch. We're bottomless. Okay, so don't waste your time on the TV Glowed. Sucked out my soul.
Terrible.
Ghostbusters, if you haven't seen it, which
Watch it.
what's wrong with you? Shame on you if you haven't. Go see it. It's playing lots of different places. So that's our recommendations for this week. Hadley, it's your turn.
All right. So this week we're going to talk about episode 7 of Bad Monkey. The mystery intensifies and the stakes reach new heights as Andrew Yancey, i.e. Vince Vaughn, uncovers more unsettling truths while dealing with the consequences of his investigation into the severed arm mystery. The episode expertly balances suspense, humor, and character development, propelling the plot forward while deepening our connection to the complex characters inhabiting this strange world. So, a summary of this show is this episode is Yancey's relentless pursuit of the truth continues to unravel dark secrets in the Florida Keys. He digs deeper into Nick's shady past and connects his illegal activities. We get more insight into Nick's double life and the dangerous world he was involved in. Did someone hop off?
Yes.
I accidentally knocked myself off.
I got you back.
I don't want to hear anymore.
So meanwhile, he's facing a moral dilemma as he forms unlikely alliances and has to navigate treacherous waters, literally and figuratively. And at the heart of the episode is a major reveal that shifts our perception of ex-girlfriend Bonnie, played by Michelle Monaghan. Is it Monaghan? How do you say that?
Yeah, money.
Bonnie's secret comes to light in this episode and complicates her relationship with Nancy and raises emotional stakes. She has been living under a false identity, running from her past, and this sends shockwaves through the world of the Bad Monkey. So, what y'all think?
First, I want to say Linda Scott's nothing but.
What?
What?
Yeah, I don't know what Lander means about that was fast.
Well, you said you were cleaning off. When
Yeah, you said you knocked one out.
No, don't be a dog.
No, hey, when you're this age, you're lucky you can do it at all. I really liked this one. I love the end of this one. I don't want to give it away, but I thought this one was really good. Like you said, it was the surprise what's happening to the ex-girlfriend. The relationship between him and the mortician is growing strong. The only thing I can't, and maybe it's me, I'm not following well the plot line with the voodoo priestess.
Okay. Well, she's.
what do you mean?
I think she is having a wavering moral dilemma. I think that's throughout the show.
Yeah.
At the end is a lot of the characters are facing moral dilemmas. There's a theme of corruption and power, the character development, and then just the humor and quirkiness. You know?
Yeah,
So-
I'm finding that I can't sort of like follow where this is fitting into the whole story.
So she lives on the island. They're going to build the resort on the island.
Right.
Excuse me. So the kid comes in and he's like, yeah, they're going to tear down my house. I want you to curse them.
The kid being Neville.
Oh, Neville.
The guy with the
Neville comes in and he's like, they're going to tear down my house and just build this monstrosity on our beautiful beach. Curse them. And so she's like, okay. And she curses them. Then she kind of has, like Hadley says, prior to that, she had sort of stolen some land from a person who she was supposed to help. And her grandmother, Yaya, she knows that the magic is real, and the queen, she doesn't think that it's that real. She's on the fence about it. So it progresses. She ends up, I can't remember how far, this is episode 7. I can't remember how far it goes, but she ends up working for the bad guys.
Yeah.
And Egg, he's the big bald dude who actually, he's working for the bad guys too. They have this sort of little romance going on, he and the queen. But now she's working for the bad guys, and she's torn because she doesn't want to. She doesn't want this thing built there. She doesn't like these people. These are not her type of people. She, in fact, kind of hates them. But she's forced to work for them because she wants to get off the island. So they have the money, then they're like, here, take all this money, and you now work for us, that type of thing. So her moral dilemma is, it's more than just she stole from people who she was trying to help. It's, I'm now working for the people that I can't stand and who are going to destroy my island.
Okay. All right.
It's basically she's selling her soul.
That's exactly what's going on. And that is part of the curse. So you'll figure that out as it goes along. The curse is kind of coming back on her because she's not doing what she's supposed to do.
Yeah, she didn't really believe it.
Exactly.
So she can't up the storm. The storm is coming, and all the people who don't believe are going to be caught in its wake. And she's a non-believer. So, that's kind of what is manifesting.
Okay.
Yeah, it's actually a really good dynamic. She's a great character. Her character's excellent, and she just nails it. Actually, every character on that show is good.
Oh yeah.
This is just I don't want to compare it to Breaking Bad, but I'm going to compare it to Breaking Bad. It's like apples and oranges in a lot of ways, but it's that level of good, and it's that level of quality characters and a believable scenario. As quirky as it is, I think it's unbelievable.
All the characters are excellent.
Yeah.
Eve is one of the bad guys. She's the attractive blonde girl. She who I don't know what the actress's name is, but she kills it. She is just fantastic. She's just this. You think she's this dumb blonde who's all about me, and she kind of is all about me, but she is not in any way stupid.
She's a sociopath, isn't she?
Yes, for sure. She's crazy, and she has a propensity for violence. Don't piss her off. But she, whoever that actress is, like I said, is really killing it. And then there's Peter. If you guys have watched the Deadpool movies, Peter's in this movie. He's the other bad guy, and he killed it. He's great. So, and I this is hard for me to not say stuff because I want to say a few things. But if you haven't seen it, one of them is a huge reveal that I almost just spilled the beans right there. So I gotta stop on that. But this is this show. The acting's wonderful. The cinematography's great. It's the Florida Keys and the Bahamas. It's awesome. So
it's perfectly. This is a chef's kiss TV show.
I agree.
Everything fits perfectly.
Yeah.
They've got the clothes down. They've got the characters. I love Yaya. I think she's
great.
Just very awesome. So.
Even like the cop that's the bad guy, the bald guy. He's excellent too. He's a great character. He's such a douchebag. And that guy just nails it.
Yeah, they're all fantastic. I love everybody in this movie, and I love that male bonding relationship between Vince Vaughn and the older cop.
Well, this is the episode, and I am going to give a spoiler away, but this is the episode where Bonnie blows up the neighbor's house, right?
Yeah.
It's this episode.
One of the things that's going on is Bonnie, who is Michelle Monaghan, she is sort of Vince Vaughn's old fling. And their relationship is the reason that he is suspended from being a cop.
Yeah.
So what no one knows, I mean, she is running from the law because she messed around. Excuse me, she was a teacher in a I think it was a high school, and she messed around with a kid. And so she's been running from that for a while, and it's catching up with her. So it does catch up with her, and then the authorities are like, yeah, we don't really care anymore. And she's like, wait a minute, I need to repent for this and do some penance. So she ends up, I don't want to tell you what she does, but she does something stupid and very illegal and with the intent of being caught. And she does get caught. So to me,
this is the Apple TV series Bad Monkey starring Vince Vaughn. And if you have Apple, I totally recommend that you get a hold on the series and start watching it. It is, like I said, Chef's Kiss, A+, big thumbs up.
And if you like Vince Vaughn, he rocks this movie.
He's perfect.
His one-liners, his banter, his snarky comments are just, they make the movie.
Well, I was actually discussing this with a friend of mine. She just started watching it upon our recommendation, by the way. And I told her, I said, you know, because she's like, oh, I loved him in the Wedding Crashers. And I said, this is my favorite thing I've ever seen him in because you really get to see what kind of skills he has as an actor. And 2 hours is just not enough for him to develop a character. And that's one thing I love about these series that we're seeing stream with these quality actors, because you just really get a better idea, which I don't know if any of y'all watched that series on Apple with Jennifer Aniston, the morning show or whatever.
Oh, yeah. It was actually kind of good.
She is phenomenal. I had no idea she could act that good.
Well, Reese Witherspoon does pretty well, too.
Well, I knew Reese Witherspoon could act. I saw The Man in the Moon, the first movie I ever saw of Reese Witherspoon. She was like 12 or 13, and it was incredible. And if you ever saw that movie with her and Kiefer Sutherland, have you seen that?
I don't know which one you mean.
Oh my God, we might have to watch that, or y'all have to watch it.
What is it called?
Gosh, I don't remember. It came out in the 90s, and it is a modern day take on Little Red Riding Hood.
Alexa, what is the film with Reese Witherspoon and Kiefer Sutherland?
From Pinterest.com. The movie Freeway with Reese Witherspoon and Kiefer Sutherland.
Freeway?
Freeway, that's it.
Okay.
Never heard of it.
Me neither. Go.
Well, y'all should totally watch it. We'll have to watch it one night. That'll have to be something we do soon, because that was a really good movie. And once you see her in it, and then you see her now, and you'll see what I mean about you can see her. She's a really good actress.
Sounds good to me. Yeah, I'm in for a penny.
Yeah, but I liked the end of this episode tonight.
I'm 2 episodes ahead, so I don't remember what happened.
Oh. It leaves you hanging for the next episode.
Well,
yeah, a lot of them do that. That's great.
But anyway, it is a thrilling installment. It combines suspense, humor, and emotional depth. This is just a great series, and it's heading into the final stretch, and the mysteries deepen next week, and the stakes are even higher. And I know y'all, if you're like me, you can't wait to see what's going to come next.
How many episodes are there in this series? 10, right?
There's got to be 10 because I watched the 9th one, and there's definitely has to be at least one more.
Okay, good. So then we've only got 3 more to go.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm coming, Alan. Hold on.
Uh-huh.
You know, you have the ability to log in under your own stuff, right?
No.
Yeah, yeah.
No, we don't. It's just them.
Yeah. We only
They
had
have superpowers. We're just the squids.
we only had 4 seats this time for moderators.
I'm a seat warmer.
He is the
So-
backup.
What'd I miss?
Everything.
Oh, we were just talking about you.
We said bad monkey, chef's kiss.
My ears are burning.
So what did you think about this episode of Bad Monkey?
It was a good episode. There were some surprises in it, some twists and turns. The guy that lives next door, wow. The Russians, the Russian mob. Yeah, you had an arsonist. You had craziness. You had his dad back in this one. It was a great episode, and you had that detective, what his name, Mendez or whatever, was back.
Yeah.
It's a great episode. I would say more, but I don't think very many people have seen all of them yet, or not all of them, but enough of them yet. Great episode, a lot of fun. I wonder if they're going to do another season.
That's right. So I'm going to say this once, kids, but I only see that 4 people have liked, loved, and laughed. Please like, love, and laugh us.
Yes.
There are 15 of you watching, maybe more, maybe less, who knows. But please show some love. It helps out our algorithm and helps us be seen.
See, that's why I popped out, because I was trying to drum up support.
Yeah.
You went to the OnlyFans page and asked them to tune in.
If you take a couple minutes, if you're not on YouTube, go to YouTube and hit the like and subscribe button if you're not subscribed.
You go like.
Every time you hit like, an angel gets its wings. So
Hey,
hit
Scott,
like, please.
Yes.
do you have a candle behind you?
Yes, I do.
Okay, because your cat's like on it.
No, he's actually about 18 inches behind it.
Okay, 'cause I just didn't want you.
How far is his reach? Does he have an 18-inch reach?
No. But he did walk by once and his tail got singed. So.
Well, he's thinking.
Well,
about
that's how the Chicago fire started.
Scott's cat.
And I thought it was a cow.
It wasn't a cow. It was a cat.
It was a cat.
Well, of course, then.
It was O'Leary's cat.
Cats are assholes.
They are.
That's why I.
box. Is he sitting in the box?
That's why I say the world cannot be flat, because if it was, cats would have pushed everything off by now.
Yep.
All right, kids. Well, that's going to do it for this week. We will see you back next week. What are we watching? It's Alan's birthday week next week, isn't it?
Yes.
Or is it the following week?
It's following week. Week. What is this? I saw it. I was looking at it. So I looked at it today so I wouldn't forget it, but I forgot.
Well, give me a minute before we go and I'll look it up. So
I picked that Vince Vaughn prison movie.
The what movie?
Vince Vaughn is in prison.
Oh, I know that
comedy.
Next week we're doing A Quiet Place and the prequel.
Oh.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Those are good.
I'm down for both of those.
Yeah.
That's right.
And then for Alan's birthday, I picked Crackoon.
Thank you.
It was kind of blowing up on
Appreciate
Facebook the past couple of days. Crackoon.
It's I read the book. The book is phenomenal. And it looks like the author of the book plays the park ranger in the movie.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hope it's better than Cocaine Shark.
And that you heard it here first. Watch these movies and we will see you next week.
That's
All right,
going to
thank
do it
you.
for this week's show. For notifications each time the Weird Realities Network goes live, be sure to like, subscribe, and ring that bell. You can expect fresh weirdness 3, 4, sometimes 5 times a week. But before we depart, let me give a special shout out to our incredible patrons, Mike Lewis, Landis Saldana, and Alan Lassiter. We couldn't keep the lights on here at Weird without you. And a very special thanks to our partners that keep Weird Reality spinning. It's you guys who make our weird world go round. And if you're interested in supporting our endeavors, consider joining the Cabal of Weird over at Patreon. And keeping you entertained and bringing you new content is our goal with every cent that you donate. And if you are interested in partnering or sponsoring, be sure to send us an email at weirdrealities@gmail.com. We are always interested in making new friends and creating a new tapestry of strangeness with you. So, until next week, kids, stay weird, you beautiful weirdos.